Hello everyone, my name is Elspeth, you're watching the Planeswalker Pantheon. Today we are opening up a set booster box of the latest Magic the Gathering set, Dominaria United. Anyways, let's get into the box, shall we? I will apologise in advance for how my voice is sounding. I am kind of recording this sick, just mostly blocked nose with the congestion, thankfully not COVID. But I'm not 100%, but I'm not going to let that stop me from putting out videos if I still feel well enough to actually record. So, of course, got our lovely box topper, which I will actually remember to open at the end of the video this time. And, of course, our packs with, my poor boy Ajani. What did they do to him? They just turned him into a sleeper agent. Alright, so we'll show off all the art cards, the cool alt art frames, and of course we'll read out the res. Our first art card, Tolarian Terror. Basic. Skip through all these. We got a Burtrock Bone Rattler as first alt art. We got a Namada Primeval Warden as a rare alt art. So for 2 black and green, you get a creature tree folk. It's a 3/4 reach. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile instead. When you do create a 1/1 green sapling, 1 sacrifice a sapling. It gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and you can pay a black and a green, sacrifice 2 saplings to draw a card. Actually, I'll put these here. Our first actual rare is Silver Scrutiny. So for X and 2 blue, you get a sorcery. It may cast it as though it had flash if X is 3 or less, and you draw X cards. We've also got a foil Warhost Frenzy and a Goblin. I'll just put that. We'll shift some things around just real quick. There, that'll do. This is what happens when you try to record things kind of sick. Next on up. We have Walking Bulwark. Foil non-basic. Foil regular basic. Skip through. Those are all the commons. Very good and limited. We've got a Baird Argavian Recruiter in the alt art frame. Our rare is Leaf Crowned Visionary. So for 2 green, you get a creature elf druid. It's a 1/1. Other elves you control get +1/+1. Whenever you cast an elf spell, you may pay green if you do draw a card. Note it says elf spells, so this includes tribal stuff if it's tribal elf. And we have a full Battle Rage Blessing and a soldier token. Oops, as I am messing up the piles yet again, even though I took time to fix those up. Next on up. Our art card is, it's Hazen Shaper of Sand. Got a forest. Skip through these commons and uncommons because no one wants to see those. We've got a Garner Blood Fist of Keld in the alt art frame. Our rare is Danithar Benalia's Hope. So for 4 and a white, you get a legendary creature, Human Knight. It's a 4/4 with first strike, lifelink, and vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, you may put an auto equipment card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield attached to Danithar. We have a foil Impulse, always nice, and a soldier. More soldier tokens, there's nothing wrong with it. There's just so many. They're not even human, which I guess makes sense considering some of them may or may not be for X and sleeper agents. Our art card is, it's a Jarl the Rising Storm. Got our Swamp, and flick through these. We have Queen Anel of Rudark in the alt art frame. We've got a Carplusian Forest. It's the red-green pain land. So tap to add colours or tap to add red and green. It does 1 damage to you. And for a Red Ridgeline, sure enough. And a Burb. Alright, next on in. Okay, our art card. Oh, it's Joda the Unifier in the alt art frame, and a pretty mountain. You know what? I'll do this so that way you get to see the collection. All the commons, the uncommons. We've got a Rona Shieldred's Faithful in the alt art frame. We've got our first mythic on the box. It's Rith Liberated Primeval. So for 2 red, green and white, it's a legendary creature dragon. It's a 5/5 with flying and ward 2. Other dragons you control have ward 2. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature or planeswalker an opponent control was dealt excess damage this turn, create a 4/4 red dragon creature with flying. And we have a foil Battle Mage Captain in the alt art frame, which looks really pretty. And of course, a dragon token that goes with the Rith. Very nice. Very, very nice. Next one up. Alright, our art card is, God, so sticky. Electrostatic Infantry. I did not know for the longest time that was actually a creature. I thought it was actually an instant sorcery when I first saw the artwork. All of our uncommons. Cut down's very good. We have Elias Core Sadistic Pilgrim in the alt art frame. And our rare is Temporary Lockdown. So for 1 and 2 white, get an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, exile each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less until Temporary Lockdown leaves the battlefield. Pay foil tribute to Urborg. Oh, and we have a foil Ghost of Ramirez de Pietro from, I think it's like one of the Commander Legends sets. So that's a nice hit for the list. I'm not going to read through it because it's, I'm not going to read through it. It's from a recent enough set that doesn't require reading, I don't think. Alright, our art card is Resolute Reinforcements. Our planes. Love Song of Night and Day. Thank goodness they made this saga an uncommon, because the fact that you can just skip that first step is kind of big. We have Wrath Weatherlight Store in the alt art frame, and I think we did catch a peek of our next thing. I've got Jared Carthelion, and so the 5-color commander from the commander deck. So for the full woo, they get a legendary planeswalker Jared, starts at 5 loyalty. +1, create a 3/3 card creature token with trample that's all colours. Choose up to 2 target creatures. For each of them, put a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the number of colours on it. It is. Return a target multicolored card from your graveyard to your hand. If that card was all colors, draw a card and create 2 treasures, and he can be your commander. Our actual rare is Runevelt Horde Master. So for 1 in a red, you get a Goblin Warrior. It's a 1/1. Other goblins you control get +1/+1. And when it or another goblin you control dies, exile the top card of your library. If it's a goblin creature card, you may cast that card until the end of your next turn. They foil Wingmantle Chaplain here as well, and another dragon. Next one up. Alright, we have Guardian of New Benalia. We will skip through all these as usual. We got Zar-Ogin, Sign of Ephra, and Volha Voldaran Desecrator, both in the alt art frames. And our rare is Temporal Firestorm. So for 3 and 2 red, you get a sorcery. It's a kicker of 1 in a white and or 1 in a blue. Choose up to X creatures and or planeswalkers you control, where X is the number of times the spell was kicked. Those permanents phase out, and it deals 5 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. We have a foil Take Up the Shield. And then another dragon token. That's 3 dragon tokens in a row for Rith. Unless something else makes dragon tokens, that's an odd sort of, grouping for the number of dragon tokens there. Alright, so our art card, this is so sticky, is Knight of Dawn's Light? Yeah, that's right. We've got our basic, all our commons, our uncommons. We have Lagomos, Hand of Hatred in the alt art frame. And our rare is Briar Hydra. So for 5 and a green, you get a creature plant Hydra. It has trample and domain. When it deals combat damage to a player, put X+1/+1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control. We also have Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief. So for green and a blue, you get a legendary creature Fairy Rogue. It's a 2/1 with flying. When a player casts a spell that targets only a single creature other than Ivy, you may copy that spell. The copy targets Ivy. Sorry, I've never finished that sentence. Crystal Grotto, and a soldier token. Finally something that's not a dragon. Because 3 dragons in a row is a lot. Alright, next one in. Alright, our art card. Oop, that's a Bone Splinters. Oh, and a foily pretty mountain. Alright. Skip through these. Skip through these. We have a Battle Mage Captain in the old frame. Oh, we have an extended art Shivan Reef. So I won't read the actual text, it's just the blue-red Painland that we read earlier. Our rare is Voldaren Hexcatcher. So for 1 and a blue, you get a creature Merfolk Wizard. It's a 1/1 with flash. Other Merfolk you control get +1/+1. Sacrifice a Merfolk, create a target non-creature spell as this controller pays 1. We have a foil Flowstone Infusion and a soldier token. Next on in. Alright, our art card. Oh, it's Squeed, Dubious Monarch in the alt art frame. We've got our island, and we'll flick through the rest of these. But yeah, if I don't seem as sort of hyped as usual, it's because I'm a little unwell. Got our uncommons. Got Rada Coalition Warlord. I don't think we've had too many double ups in that. We have a Drag to the Bottom, so for 2 and 2 black, you get a Sorcery with Domain. Each creature gets -6/-6 until end of turn, where X is 1 plus the number of basic land types among lands you control. We have a foil Terra Sunder. Oh, we got a card from this. Hey, it's the Unspeakable. It's from, I think, one of the dual decks, if I remember correctly. So 6 and 3 blue, it's a legendary creature spirit. It's a 6/7 flying and trample. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may return a target arcane card from your graveyard to your hand. Whoops. Put that. We're in the right side, right way up in the rares. Not a big hit. I mean, when we were, I think one of the other things that I opened the list most recently was, I think it was actually from the Commander Legends set, actually, if I remember. It was a 1,000-Year Elixir, which is kind of a big hit. We have a it's a signed Talus Lookout by the artist, and a Pretty Plains. Alright, those are our commons. Knight of Dawn's Light, that's the actual art card. And we've got the Knight of Dust Shadow. Shame, I need to check this. They don't necessarily make the cool panorama like they did previously. Love Song of Night and Day. We have Uruk Mon's Warren Chief in the alt frame. And our rare is Urtai Resurrected. So for 2 blue and a black, you get a legendary creature Phyrexian Human Wizard. It's a 3/2 with flash. When it enters the battlefield, choose up to 1. Counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability, its controller draws a card. Or destroy another target creature or planeswalker, its controller draws a card. We have a foil Shield Wall Sentinel and a zombie token, which is, I believe, from the command decks. I find it interesting, unless I'm misrecalling, that they're mixing the commander tokens in with the main set. I might be misremembering. Oh, that could be me. Our art card, if I can peel it off the art, is a Mangaroth Sentry and a Foily Plains. A lot of plains and mountains in this. Rona's Vortex is actually quite good. I've been seeing it see play in Standard at the moment. Najal the Storm Runner in the alt art frame. We've got Tatiova, Steward of the Tides, also in the alt art frame. And we got Sheoldred the Apocalypse. So for 2 and 2 black, you get a legendary creature Phyrexian Praetor. 4/5 Death Touch. When you draw a card, you gain 2 life. When your opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. We have a Bite Down and a Burb token. Alright, next one up. Ooh, that's my second Shieldred, which is quite nice for me. Our art card. Oh, it's a Timeless Lotus. Pretty Island. We'll skip through. Oop, we already had our uncommons. So Trixie. We have another Tatiova in the alt art frame. We have Plaza of Heroes. It's a land. It taps for colours. Taps to add 1 mana of any colour. Spend this mana only to cast a legendary spell. Taps to add 1 mana of any colour among legendary opponents you control. 3 tap and exile Plaza of Heroes. Target legendary creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Very nice. We have a foil Fanning the Third Path as well. And a treasure. Yeah, I think they're mixing up the Commander tokens in with the main set. I could be misremembering because I haven't been a while since I last when I opened my booster box, my draft booster box. I'll probably have to go through it later and confirm that. Alright, so our art card. Oh, it's Aaron Benalia's Ruin. Got a forest, and we'll flick through these. We've got another Rada in the alt art frame. Our red is Mira, Scholar of Antiquity. So for 1 red and green, your legendary creature Elf Artificer. 3/3, tap an untapped non-token artifact you control, add green. Tap 2 untapped non-token artifacts you control, exile the top card of your library, you may play it this turn. We have a Volsh Tide Runner, or Tide Turner, and a Burb. Alright, next on in. Alright, our art card is... Oh, it's a signed Khan the Living Legacy. And a pretty foily island. Flick through these. We have Nail Abizoa Aeronaut in the alt art frame. Rurik Mons Warren Chief in the alt art frame. Oh, we've got a mythic. We've got Zerst Eternal Schemer. So for the white, blue, and black, your legendary creature, human wizards, and 1/4 flying. Enchantment creatures you control have Death Touch, Lifelink, and Hexproof. 1 in a white, target non-aura enchantment you control becomes a creature in addition to its other types. It has base power and toughness equal to its mana value. We have a foil Linebaker Brayloth. Oh, I've got a... this is actually a card from the list that's a little close to my heart. It's Runetail Kitsune Ascendant. So for 2 in a white, it's a legendary creature Foxmonk. When you have 30 or more life, flip the Ascendant. It becomes Runetail's Essence. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to creatures you control. Very nice. That's actually kind of one a little bit close to my heart, says I love my Soul Sisters in Modern. I don't know if that's necessarily a big hit, but it's a cool one for me personally as a player. Alright, our art card is Battlewing Mystic. Oh, so this is my 3rd signed card in this box, which is... I think that's a little bit above rate. I can't remember the rating offhand for the signed art cards, but I think that's my 3rd. We have Rona Shieldred's Unfaithful in the alt art frame. We have... why'd have to give me this hard one? Ranajabig of Urborg. Sure, I'll take that pronunciation. So for 2 white and black, your legendary creature zombie wizards are 3/3 vigilance and ward 2. Other zombies you control have vigilance. Whenever another legendary creature you control dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary, and is a 2/2 black zombie in addition to its other colours and types. We have a foil Tori Diavant in the alt frame as well, and Soldier. Alright, next one up. Our art card. Oh, it's Shieldred of the Apocalypse. More Shieldred's always good. Alright, there's our commons. Uncommons. Aaron Benalia's Ruin in the cool alt art frame. We have Yavimaya Coast. This is the blue-green Painland. I won't read it because we know what they do. And we've got a 4-rate in Leaf Crown Visionary. We've had one of these earlier. And we've got a 3/3 Beast. Next one up. Alright. Got Zar Odajan in the alt art frame for our art card. Alright, skip through. We've got Tura in the alt art frame, and I mean, we saw a peek of it, it's the Yavimaya Coast in the extended artwork. We have a Defiler of Flesh, so for 2 and 2 black, it's a creature for Phyrexian Horror, it's a 4/4 with Menace. When you cast a black permanent, you can pay 2 life to have it cost 1 black less to cast. And whenever you cast a black permanent spell, target creature control gets +1/+1 and gains Menace until end of turn. We have a full Frostfist Strider, and we have a Phyrexian token. Alright, next one up. Oh, we got a Yavimaya Coast as our art card. Mountain, skip through these. We've got another Bowtruck Bone Rattle as our alt frame. Tori Diavant in the alt frame. Balmor, Battle Mage Captain in the alt art. And our rare is Anointed Peacekeeper. So, for 2 and a white, get a creature, Human Cleric. It's a 3/3 with Vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, look at an opponent's hand, then choose any card name. Spells your opponent's cast with the chosen name cost 2 more to cast. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name cost 2 more to activate or less than mana abilities. We have a foil Thrill of Possibility and a Phyrexian token. Next on up. Alright, our art card, Argavian Phalanx. Alright, Queen Annelle in the alt art frame. Najal the Stormrider also in the alt art frame. Hey, we got a rare one, it's Joya Aegis Innovator in the alt art frame. This looks really pretty, by the way. So for blue and a red, you get a legendary creature, Human Artificer, 2/3. Tap, put 2 Ingenuity counters on Joyride, then you may put an artifact card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield, where X is the number of Ingenuity counters on Joyride. We also have Urza Assembles the Titans, so for 3 and 2 white, you get an Enchantment Saga. You can read it ahead. First one has you scry 4, then reveal the top card of your library. If it's a Planeswalker, put it into your hand. Second chapter, you may put a Planeswalker card with mana value 6 or less from your hand onto the battlefield. And the third chapter, you may activate loyalty abilities of Planeswalkers you control twice this turn rather than once. So white gets its own Chain Veil, effectively. Or we have a foil, I think this is actually the textured one too, I can't quite tell from here, of a Greensleeves Maru Sorcerer. So for 3 and 2 green, you get a legendary creature elemental. It's a star with protection from Planeswalkers and from Wizards. Okay, odd protection, but okay. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under you control, create a 3/3 green badger creature token. We have a game of Dominarios. I'll put that in the tokens for now. Is that that feels... It actually might be the textured foil too. I've got to see if there's a way to actually find that out. It looks textured just based on how that foiling is, but I could be wrong. Alright, next one up. Alright, so our art card is another card. Got a foil normal planes. We'll flick through all of these. Got Bed, Argavian Recruiter, Rada, and Voha all in the alt art frames. And our rare is Archangel of Wrath. So for 2 and 2 white, get a creature angel. It's a 3/4 with kick of black and or red. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, it deals 2 damage to any target. If it was kicked twice, it deals 2 damage to any target. So if you kick it once, you get 2 damage. If you kick it twice, you get 4. Got a Splatter Goblin and Foil. And we've got a Cruel Celebrant. Let's kick back to War of the Spark right there. Alright, next one up. That was my second or third list card. Alright, our art card is, Furious Bellow and a Pretty Forest. Alright, there's all our commons, our uncommons. We have a Tura in the alt art frame. Got a normal red Jorah, which we won't read because we've gone through it a couple of times. A foil Essence Scatter, and Phyrexian Battleflies from the list. So one single black for a creature insect. It's a 0 and flying. Single black, play, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. This ability may be played no more than twice each turn. Sure game. With cool Dan Fraser art though. Next on up. We have our art card. It's Urtai Resurrected in the stained glass frame. Basic Swamp. Alright, those are all our commons. Our uncommons. We've got a Ghana in the cool art frame. And our rare is actually a mythic. I think that's not foil. It's Shivan Devastator. So for X and a red, you get a creature Dragon Hydra, flying haste. And it's the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Colossal Growth is our foil, and we have another magic minigame of Telepathic Transmission. We are nearing the end of the box. I think we're about 6 packs left. Alright, our art card. Oh, it's Thran Portal. Got our basic swamp. Flick through these commons. Flick through the uncommons. We have Zar Aubergine the Scion in as our alt art frame, and we've got Erg Spawn of Turg as well. Our rare is Squee Dubious Monarch. So for 2 and a red, you get a legendary creature, Goblin Noble. It's a 2/2 with haste. When it attacks, create a tapped red 1/1 red Goblin creature token that's tapped and attacking. You may cast Squee from your graveyard by paying 3 and a red and exiling 4 other cards from your graveyard rather than paying its mana cost. We have a foil Resolute Reinforcements and a bird. Next one up. Our art card. It was a Dark Old Waste, and we got a cool swamp. Skip through these. Got an Erg Spawn of Turg. Elias Core in the alt art frames. We have Aether Channeler. So for 2 and a blue, get a creature, human wizard. It's a 2/1. When enters the battlefield, you choose one. Create a 1/1 white bird with flying. Turn another target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, or draw a card. We have a foil rare in Cosmic Epiphany. So for 4 and 2 blue, you get a sorcery. Draw cards equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Ooh, and we've got Sign of Draco from Mudmasters 2 as part of the list. So 12 mana artifact creature dragon's a 4/4. It has domain. It costs 2 less to cast for each basic land type from among lands you control. It has flying. Each creature you control has vigilance if it's white, hexproof if it's blue, lifelink if it's black, first strike if it's red, and trample if it's green. Sure, I think I should open a full art Draco, because that's the first time I've actually seen it, at least since previous season, with that frame. So an interesting kind of hit. That's actually a really interesting hit from the list, actually. I get it, they put it in there because of domain, but still interesting. Our art card, Voldaren Hexcatcher. Got a normal mountain. But I think it might have been the first one that had an actual somewhat modern mythic in the list. Phoenix Chick. Very good. We have Wrath Weatherlight Stalwart in the alt art frame. And our red is Keldon Flame Sage. So for 2 and a red, you get a creature, human charm. It's a 2/3 at the list. When it attacks, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is its power. You may exile an instant or sorcery card mana value X or less from among them. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. We have a foil Salvage Mana Worker. And another hit from Order of Spark. It's Invade the City. Alright. Next one in. We have Mara's Outrider and a Pretty Forest. Alright, our uncommons. Nail of Azalea, the Aeronaut, the alt art frame. And our rare is Ravaz of the Claw. So for 1 black and red, you get a legendary creature of Vision and Warlock with Menace. Tap to add 2 mana of any combination of colours. Spend this mana only to cast dragon creature spells. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a dragon creature spell from your graveyard. And when you cast a dragon creature spell from your graveyard, it gains when this creature dies, exile it. And we've got a foil one, sure, in the same pack. And we have a soldier. Thank you, Coalition errors. Next one up. Alright, so our art card is Benalish Sleeper. Got our Mountain. Lightning Strikes back at common where it should be. Aaron Benalia's Ruin in the cool old art frame. Oh, we've got a mythic one. It's Shana Purifying Blade. So for green, white, and blue, you get a legendary creature, human warrior, at the 33rd lifelink. At the end of your end step, you may pay X. If you do, draw X cards where X can't be greater than the amount of life you gained this turn. We have a Shadowlight Priest. So for 1 and a black, you get a creature, human cleric. It's a 2/2. Other clerics you control get +1/+1. 3 and 2 black, sack another cleric. Search your library for a black creature card, put it into the battlefield, then shuffle. We have a foil Hurler Cyclops and a Goblin. Alright, last pack before we do the box topper and our code. Alright, our art card is Strength of the Coalition. We have a foil regular swamp. Phyrexian Horse. Alright, commons, uncommons. We have Tori Diavant Fury Rider. Quirion Beastcaller. So for 1 and a green, you get a creature Dryad Warrior. It's a 2/2. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on the Beastcaller. When it dies, distribute X +1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures you control, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on the Beastcaller. We have a foil Charismatic Vanguard and an Elemental token. Oh, that was actually the last pack. Oh, I'm sorry, I lost complete count of that, guys. Yeah, it's time to do our box topper. Carefully peeling it off. I can see I already failed in Preservia, but that is perfectly okay. I think I got another nicer version. Anyways, from the booster box. Now, let's see what we got. Alright, our box topper is Ramesses Assassin Lord. So for 2 blue and a black, and a legendary creature, human assassins, a 4/4 Death Touch. Other assassins you control get +1/+1. Whenever a player loses a game, if they were attacked this turn by an assassin you controlled, you win the game. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and as a thank you for watching right to the end, I do have yet another arena code from the pre-release, which I've already used at my allotment, so I'm giving the spares away. It is right here. 36816 BBA5A for E2DED B4679105C57. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe. It lets people know that I exist and I'm making content. Follow me on Twitter, links down below. You can also find me at the Planeswalker Pantheon. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.